Welcome to Unity of Charlotte, where our mission is to nurture a deep and mature experience of God through the practice of unity principles. Simply put, we're here to love, grow, and serve. Good morning, I'm Reverend Pat Dre, and I'm delighted to be with you here on Zoom and on YouTube. So let's start today's service by our statement of oneness, and then that will lead us into our opening prayer. So say with me, there is one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God, the good omnipotent. And relax yourself and breathe deeply and let it go. And center yourself and know that you are part of a universe that is behind you all the way. And join me in our alignment with one divine source. I know that there is one divine source, one divine power in the universe. It is the very same thing that lives and operates through me. And as I move through my day today, I notice the world around me. The trees that are dropping leaves, the people that I pass, the fall breeze, beautiful sky, and all of nature. And as I look at each one, I look deeper below the surface, deeper still to the nature of things. I'm reminded today that whatever I see is a result of a thought or an idea in the mind of spirit. And I take just a moment to realize this at a deeper level. The idea of looking deeper is an important part of my experience of this day. So as I look deeper at the things that appeared before me, all of it comes from spirit. Everything is a divine expression. And as that is so, I also know that all of this must be in fact holy. Everything that I've already seen today and everything that I'll see tomorrow is holy. Every person that I encounter, every person I see on television, every person that I think of is holy. The holiness of everything is in my experience. This place is holy. The people in my house are holy. And yes, the people on the news are holy. And here is the most astounding thing of all. I am holy. And I take a moment to take in this profound truth. Everything comes from the wholeness of the divine. There is no other possible source for anything that I experience. The divine. And I extend this thought right now and in the subsequent moments of this day. I see this. I see myself as a complete embodiment of the divine. All is holy. And I allow myself to get personal, to get completely comfortable with the idea that Spirit is here displaying itself as me, and as you, and as us. Spirit is the great force within me. And looking ahead to this week, I look ahead to Thursday. And Spirit displays itself as me showing up at the Thanksgiving table. And as I will sit at that table and look around that table, I will see a table of very holy people. And so I allow this idea to wrap around and infuse my day. The wholeness and the holiness of all, including me. And this makes each moment sacred. And so I know for myself and for all of you, gratitude in having this experience, the realization of being surrounded by holiness and of being holy. And this stays with me today and all the way through the week. And I am delighted to know this. And join with me in saying, and so it is. Amen. Take a breath and come back. Thank you again for being with us this morning, and welcome to those of you that are with us on Zoom. You know that we open our Zoom link a little bit early so that you can have some time with people in our congregation and with our minister. And we leave the Zoom link open for a little while afterwards so you can continue conversations and have some time to talk with your friends. And those of you that are joining us on YouTube, please subscribe to our talks and like Unity of Charlotte, which helps other people find us as well. Our normal Sundays, we have lots of things going on, and we look forward to the Sundays in person in the not too distant future. But I know Reverend Jim is going to talk about this today. It has been a long 2020, but we're almost done. And that's good in lots and lots of ways, but more later from Reverend Jim. If you or anyone you know is in need of prayer, please use our website and make those requests through the unityofcharlotte.org. Our prayer team is always ready to pray for your intention, whether it is something that you need to have changed in your life, whether your life is going pretty well and you want it to continue to go in that direction. We're happy to pray for you. And we'd like you to also remember Unity's telephone prayer ministry, Silent Unity, where you can anytime, night or day, dial 800-NOW-PRAY for a personal affirmative prayer. And we do have announcements. The first and most important announcement, although all of them are great and wonderful, we have a couple of open board seats coming in January. Now, I want to tell you, this is from me to you, having been a part of this board almost a year, it has been a delightful experience. The people on the board are amazing and wonderful. They are great at listening, they are great at discernment, and they're a great group to be with. And we do need some additional people and your spiritual presence, as well as your very good thinking and discernment. And you will love the opportunity. You'll love being in those meetings and making the kind of decisions that we get to make for our congregation. You see, it's a very loving service, and it is a very joyful service. Joyful because those of us that are on the board are very happy to be there, and we know that we are spiritually supported to do the things, to pray, and to be in a presence that supports our entire Unity congregation. that goes beyond unity itself and out into the world. So if you or someone you know is interested, please pop up. You don't have to make your decision now. You can just kind of let us know that you're out there, and you would do that through Chandan Singh. That's C Singh, SINGH 2 at gmail.com. So Chandan is our wonderful conduit and connecting point for people who want to inquire about the board opportunities. So put that on your action list for today. Thank you. We do have the women's lunch group. It meets by Zoom on the third Wednesdays of the month. It's a wonderful opportunity to connect. You bring your lunch into the Zoom meeting with you if you so choose. It's at 11:30 in the morning, and you get on the call, and it is a great opportunity to connect with other women in a lively conversation and a heartwarming group. We could all use a little bit more of that in our lives today. The Unity Men's Group meets the church the second and fourth Wednesdays from 9:30 to 11 a.m. And come and join the in-person discussions. There is an affirmative prayer meditation group that meets Tuesday evenings via Zoom at 7:15. It sets a prayerful energy for the church, the city, and the world. It is a marvelous experience. I can tell you, I hate to miss it myself. I rarely ever miss it. Not only does it set me in a very prayerful mode for the world out there, but it does the same for me personally. So 7:15 on Tuesday evenings. If you need a link, contact Barbara Roth or myself, and we'll be glad to send you the link. There's a dialogue and service group that meets on Wednesday mornings at 10:30 and ends at 12 noon. It's a little bit different frame of reference than we have for many of our meetings in Unity. It's not a book club, but it is a way of penetrating deeper in reading and reflection in a way that's very, very meaningful. And we choose a book. We are currently doing Myrtle Fillmore's Healing Letters, which is a delightful book and is now moved on my bookshelf as one of my most favorite. And we'll be starting another book very soon. So we may start with what we know, but dialogue is certainly an avenue for what we do not know how to find the words for. And those were, that is the important part of dialogue as service to remember. Do join us, it's wonderful. A Course in Miracles meets weekly, every Thursday at 9:30 via Zoom. A Course in Miracles will change the way you see the world. And although not an essential course, it's a course that we all have to take in one of our many lifetimes. So join that via Zoom. Very, very good, solid. We also have a book club that meets at 1 o'clock on Sundays after church. So join that via Zoom. That pretty much covers our announcements. I will mention to people, because people do ask me how we're doing in preparation for the sale of the church. And we've got an active group that's helping with the packing of our no longer necessary to have here on site belongings for Unity of Charlotte. And we're going to be doing some packing of those and getting them moved to our semi-permanent storage for a while. And that'll happen in about 2 weeks. So stay tuned, and if you want to know more about that, contact me. Today is a special day. Our own Reverend Jim Fuller, who always speaks from gratitude and is truly a gift to Unity of Charlotte, joins us today and is speaking about the year we have had in 2020. And a warm hug goes out to you, Reverend Jim. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grateful that you are with us. Handing it over. Thanks, Reverend Jim.
Thank you, Reverend Pat. Appreciate that. It's good to see so many friendly, familiar faces with us this morning. Welcome to everybody. Thanks for being here, and I'm delighted to be the guest speaker today. I'm going to move us into our affirmation for the month of November. And here we go. And I will give me just a second here, and I'll kind of get this where I can actually see it too. There is a yes. All right. There we go. So together, let us say, oh, no, wrong affirmation. Let's go back one. How about the November affirmation? November affirmation is, with deep appreciation, I celebrate this day. Each day is a new opportunity to experience gratitude for my Creator's many gifts to me. Looking closely, I recognize the love and care of my Creator expressing itself in all parts of my life. With deep appreciation, I celebrate this day. With deep appreciation, I celebrate this day. I'm going to actually share two musical pieces with us today. We're going to have one that I invite you just to sing along softly with as I share it now, as we get ready to go into our meditation time. And then at the end of the meditation, I'm going to share a Thanksgiving song that a man that I appreciate and respect created a number of years back. So as we get ready for our time of meditation, let's, there we go. Get my technology working here. Get my brain working with technology. I'm going to use the song, I Am So Blessed, to go into meditation. So I invite you just to sing it softly to yourself, wherever you are. And just let that feeling just move through you.
I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So, with that echoing in our hearts and minds, I invite us just to gently close our eyes. Take a couple nice, long, smooth breaths. I invite you to let your body relax into wherever you're seated. Just trust the seat to support you. Trust this time of quiet to support you. For we know in every moment, each and every moment, we are supported, we are blessed, we are held in the love of God. In the love of God. We know that that love and that presence is present within us and also all around us. All around us. So trusting into that. Trusting into that. We just close our eyes, take a couple of breaths, and allow ourselves to sink into the quiet. Enfolded in the presence of God, enfolded in the presence of divine love, we allow ourselves simply to be as we were created, whole, perfect, spiritual beings. Divinely empowered, divinely supported, blessed in ways beyond our human ability to understand. And may we know that as we come together in community, as we meditate together, as we quiet ourselves along with the people all across this world, 7 billion people here, plus those who are not in body. We know that many are praying and meditating with us right now as we join in that great turning toward God, turning toward Spirit. We know that we add to the blessing as we allow it to come and bless us. We give thanks for the many people in our lives that bless us now and that have blessed us in our past. We extend love and blessing to them. And we know that good and only good can come to us as we connect heart to heart, spirit to spirit, being to being. Good and only good. And for this we give thanks in our hearts. And as we begin to come back from the meditation, I'm going to share a little Thanksgiving song by David Roth, wonderful musician and spiritual practitioner. A song he wrote a number of years ago to express a gratitude for the light of love that lives in us.
As we come around to take our places at the table, a moment to remember and reflect upon our wealth. Here's to loving friends and family, here's to being able to gather here together in good company and health. And may we be released from all those feelings that would harm us. May we have the will to give them up and get them gone. For heavy are the satchels full of anger and false promise. May we have the strength to put them down. May the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. And may we wish the best for everyone that we encounter. May we swallow pride and may we do away with fear. For it's only what we do not know that we have grown afraid of, and only what we do not choose to hear. May the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. And as we bless our daily bread and drink our day's libation, may we be reminded of the lost and wayward soul, the hungry and the homeless that we have in every nation. May we fill each empty cup and bowl. May nothing ever come between or threaten to divide us. May we never take for granted all the gifts that we receive, being ever mindful of the unseen hands that guide us and the miracles that cause us to believe. May the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you. May the light of love be with you. May the light of love be with you every day.
Isn't that beautiful? David Roth. You can find that on YouTube, and you can also find David Roth and lots of his other wonderful songs if you just do a little search for David. Great person, great man. Really appreciate it. May the light of love. My favorite Thanksgiving song. I'll be singing it for people when we get together this week. Speaking of this week, in case we haven't mentioned it today, Thursday's Thanksgiving. A day to get together and appreciate our good, appreciate the wonderful things in our lives. I know some people are getting together with family and friends. Please be careful if you do. We all want to stay safe and healthy so we can also have a nice Christmas. I know that Kay and I will be getting together with some friends around a backyard bonfire. And that'll be nice. My youngest son is planning a family Thanksgiving breakfast Zoom. How's that for a new tradition for 2020? Everything's new in a new year. So wonderful way to do that. And that's what Thanksgiving is for, though, isn't it? It's about celebrating friendship and health and prosperity and well-being. So let's make that a focus, and therefore that'll be our experience. Today, I want to share some various things we might be thankful for. As I just mentioned, getting together with family or friends or neighbors, that usually comes up pretty high on the list, right? You might want to think about who are some of the people in your life that you're particularly thankful for. People that are currently in your life, or maybe people from the past parts of your life that you've maybe lost touch with. Think of those wonderful people. Be thankful for them. And then, here's a thought, act on that thankfulness. Maybe take a little time and give somebody a phone call. Say, hey, I was just thinking about people I was grateful for. You're one of them. Or send them a card, or however you want to approach that. But take the Thanksgiving and putting it into action. I know when I think of people I'm thankful for in my life, many of them are around. Some of them, though, have passed on. Some of them are no longer with us physically. But yet, they're still in my heart. I still feel the connection with them. And of course, we know that we live at the level of spirit all the time. So we are still connected with those people. And I really believe that they feel that connection as much as we do. If we extend that appreciation and that love to them, we may not be able to call them on the telephone, but we can certainly send them our gratitude and our appreciation for them. It's interesting how countries like China and Mexico and others have whole days dedicated to being thankful and grateful and feeling connected with those who have moved beyond physical form. The connection stays. Connection stays. That's an important thing for us to remember, too. There are things beyond simply the physical to give thanks for. And yet, we do give thanks. We give thanks for things physical. We give thanks for things like bodies, so we can get together and see each other and connect even in these little cute squares on our screens, right? I'm always happy to see people in their squares. It reminds me of the connection that's there. Reminds me of the connection. Speaking of bodies, one of the things that we can be thankful for is whatever extent of health and vitality and life we're feeling in our bodies. If you've ever been seriously ill, you know what it feels like when your health begins or your vitality begins to return to your awareness, and you begin feeling that. It's like, I'm kind of going close to normal. I'm feeling good. That's something to be really grateful for, isn't it? Well, maybe we could be grateful for that well-being, whatever well-being is present in us, whether we've just been sick or not. Feeling gratitude, feeling appreciation for health and well-being is healthful and helpful to our minds, to our beings, to these physical bodies. There are many things we can be thankful for in relationship to the health present in our bodies. And of course, we can also feel thankful for the many things that are available to us in this physical world, right? Most of us, I imagine anybody that's watching today, because you're able to be online, has some access to a safe and comfortable place to live. That's a beautiful thing to be extremely thankful for. I used to ask people in church when we were talking about gratitude, how many of you have clothes? How many of you have eaten today? How many of you have shoes? Thankful, grateful, because, sadly, for far too many people on this planet, those aren't things they can always count on easily. Fortunately, as we feel grateful for the things that we have, for our abundance and our many blessings, as we experience gratitude for those, we can extend that gratitude on out and help others. There's lots of wonderful programs and charities on our planet that can help us help others, either directly, physically participating in helping them, or simply by donating and helping support the work that is being done. Unity has always talked about the importance of tithing to the source of our spiritual good, but I always add in, and look at those places that speak to your heart, where you can reach out to others and help them experience some of the blessing you're experiencing, and then pick a couple, become regular supporters. You can give to all the little charities you want, but pick a couple places and really get involved. Feel a connection with what's going on there. Be a part of this greater connecting that's taking place. Again, it's a way of being grateful for what we have and feeling that gratitude as it moves out to extend to others. It's important. It feeds our souls. Don't you know? Have you ever noticed that? When you reach out and connect and support others in those ways, it feeds your soul. It wakes you up. Of course, we can also be grateful for all the nice gadgets and things that we have, for the house or the car or the phone or the TV or whatever we happen to have. It's interesting to notice that sometimes when you get a new something thing, that it can make your life feel a little better, a little easier, and sometimes helps kind of perk us up for a bit, which is good because that gets us to move. That kind of wakes up some of that inner dullness that sort of takes over at times, fogs over the brain. And if we were truly appreciative of these new things that come into our lives, these many gifts, then that helps to lift us up in spirit. As Americans, most of us have many, many things to feel appreciative and grateful for. Many things. A couple weeks ago, I talked about the Bhagavad Gita, sacred holy book of India. People call it India's Bible. Another set of writings from that same tradition are the Upanishads. It's a series of writings. One is called the Katha Upanishad, and it's the story of a very brave little boy who decides to go out and find out what is the secret to life. And he asks a very fearsome teacher about the secrets of life. And the teacher tries to say, he says, oh, I'll give you some nice things and you go on, but I don't want to teach you the secrets of life. Eventually, the boy says, I'm going to stick around and learn. And so he gets some teachings. First among the teachings that this very fearsome teacher teaches him is the difference between prayas and shreyas. Prayas and shreyas. Prayas in Sanskrit refers to things that are pleasant to the physical senses. Ice cream, puppies, sunshine, things that are pleasant to our senses. Shreyas refers to things that are good for and pleasant to our souls. So the Upanishad says that both prayas and shreyas, both the good and the pleasant, come to every person. The thoughtful mind, it says, turns them around and distinguishes between them. The wise choose the good for the soul, the shreyas, in addition for the physically pleasant prayas. The wise choose out the good for the soul from the physically pleasant. But the dull soul, it says, simply chooses the pleasant rather than getting the greater good that's there for its having. The dull soul kind of just chooses the pleasant, the passing things, the prayas, rather than getting the greater good, the shreyas, that is always there for its having. I think about this at Thanksgiving because, good food, nice things, pleasant things that we're thankful for, prayas, passing things, we're grateful for. That's part that comes up on our list. We enjoy them, and hopefully we enjoy sharing them with others. But while we enjoy them, it's important to remember that these are passing things. I really enjoy this shirt, but it's not going to be with me forever. Right? The Upanishads remind us that wisdom is noticing and pursuing the things that fulfill the soul, that help you connect with your spirit, help you remember who you are. These things it calls Shreyas. It says that's the valuable things to be thankful for. Our spiritual practices, our spiritual lives are among those. So, while on Thanksgiving, I'm going to be thankful for all my stuff. And I'm also going to remember to be thankful for the things that wake me up, that lift me up, that carry me beyond, through this life and beyond. I can see those things, the activity of those things present in many other things that I am grateful for. You know, when I'm feeling grateful for something, it's usually because I'm feeling some sense of joy or connectedness or love. If we think about friendships and relationships, you know, the people are nice, right? The people are nice. When I'm with them, I feel love. But question, when I'm with someone and I'm feeling love, is that because that person is over there pouring buckets of love at me, and then the love goes in me and fills me with love? Or is it because in the presence of that person, I am being reminded of the love that is already in me? The love that is already in me, that is waking up through that relationship. I used to say the same about stuffed animals. I actually have a stuffed animal right here. You know, I used to say, you know, what is it about stuffed animals that makes me feel warm and fuzzy? Is it the polyester inside, or is it the fluffy polyester outside? No. It's what that reminds me of that's present in me. It's awakening that within me. Same when I hear some beautiful music and wake up. Or when I see something lovely in nature or a painting or something like that. My wife is over there fluffing her hair and looking cute at me. Yes, same when I see something like that. Oh, it isn't the thing that I see with my eyes. It's what it awakens within me. That's the Shreyas that the Upanishads are talking about. The awakening of the love, of the joy, of the connectedness that's present in us, which we had overlooked, ignored, got distracted from. That's a wonderful thing to be grateful for. The awakening of that within us and the various things that help us awaken. So, things to be thankful for. If we want to take the thankfulness a little farther out, we can remember what the Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Thessalonians, actually a letter to the people in Thessalonica, where he says, "Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, and give thanks in all circumstances." Give thanks in all circumstances. And that includes the year 2020, right? Give thanks in all circumstances. As we move through what for some people is a challenging, we could say interesting, quote unquote, year, we might remember that some of the things that we're experiencing today as our good, some of the things we're very thankful for today, arrived in our lives via means that didn't seem like exactly good when they showed up. Didn't seem like good when they showed up. Perhaps you've talked to people, I know I have, who've had life-threatening illnesses, or financial crises. Big ones, right? Big ones. Or challenging divorces or relationships. At the time, those did not seem like blessings to put on our Thanksgiving list. But in retrospect, we can see that many of those were blessings because they moved us out of what we were doing. They caused us to really relook at our life and decide what was valuable, what did we want, what was important. They helped us change the direction of our life. Isn't that interesting? A health challenge, a financial crisis, a divorce, whatever, wakes us up. wakes us up. So while we wouldn't have wished for it at the time, I've had a number of those, being laid off, my first good job that actually paid. Well, there I went, forced out of another position, going through a divorce. All those things ultimately blessed me. Ditto for a couple of nasty medical situations. Blessed me. Asked me to wake up. So if at this time you're in the middle of one of those challenging times, or if just 2020 is being one of those challenging times, one of the techniques I often use is to remind myself that, as they say in the East, this too will pass. This too will pass. And a number of years down the road, I will look back and I'll go, that was the turning point that moved me in the new direction to finding the greater good that was always present. Finding the greater good that was always present. Thinking about that, because 2020 makes me think about that, I was reminded of a little poem by the Sufi mystic known as Rumi. It's often called the guest house, the place where visitors stay. He says, "This being human, it's a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all," he says. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still, he says, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. So, the dark thought, shame, malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because as Rumi, as the mystic says, each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Each has been sent as a guide from beyond. You might want to reflect on the situations in your life that have helped you or forced you to grow spiritually or at the soul level. Because while the pleasant things that pass are nice, the soul level is really where we live beyond time, beyond this short life experience. So, can we remember to be grateful for those this year? Can we remember to accept and to welcome whoever knocks at our door as a guide from beyond? 2020 is sending us plenty of people as guides from beyond. And I think that may carry on into next year and even the year after. It's part of being a human, having a human lifetime. It's a gift, actually. Well, this Thanksgiving, I promise you, I'm going to be giving thanks for the pleasant things in my life. You know, yummy food, good friends, the things around me in nature that I enjoy, for having a body that is functioning well enough that I can enjoy my time on this planet, right? I'm going to appreciate them while remembering the whole time that these things are passing and somewhat temporary. I'm going to be thankful for the opportunities that are available for me to share my good and to share my blessing with others, right? To share good and to share blessing and to help others. Because I know that as I share joy, as I share good, as I share blessing, my joy, my good, and my blessing increase. It's just how it works. It's a spiritual law. I'm going to give thanks for the people in my life, for family, for friends, for neighbors, for those who are with me now, and for the ones who've passed on to their next life experience. We're all connected. Nobody goes anywhere. And I will remember to be mindful of the things that bless me at the level of spirit and soul. The things that support my inner awakening, the things that support me in remembering who and what I really am. who and what I really am. So I invite you to think about these things. Think about these things as we approach Thanksgiving on Thursday. It's a beautiful opportunity for us to reflect on many, many, many blessings, to reach out to people, to share with others. As always, I have a little affirmation for us to share. And I'll click past the November affirmation and go to today's. Yes. And today's affirmation simply says, with thanksgiving for the people, things, and experiences in my life, I open the doorway for continued blessings and ever-deepening understanding. You can say that with me, please. With thanksgiving for the people, things, and experiences in my life, I open the doorway for continuing blessings and ever-deepening understanding. Close your eyes for a second and join me as we just take that in. The thought that with thanksgiving for the people, for the things, for the experiences in my life, I open the doorway for continuing blessings and an ever-deepening understanding. We are more than bodies. We are more than personalities. We are more than what looks back at us from the mirror. We are parts of divinity itself. We are parts of creation, of a great and limitless creation that exists far beyond the borders of time and space and small things. We can appreciate things, but we are the appreciator. We are the appreciator. The things are the passing images that we appreciate. As we learn to be appreciative of more and more and more, we awaken more of that observer awareness in us, and we see more deeply and more truly what really is around us. Our practices of appreciation and thanksgiving help us do that. So with each act of thanksgiving for the people, the things, and the experiences, we open new doorways. Open new doorways. So I'll invite you just to open your eyes, and join me one more time in sharing that affirmation. Together we say, with thanksgiving for the people, things, and experiences in my life, I open the doorway for continuing blessings and ever deepening understanding. And so it is. Well, I hope I've helped you open up your awareness a little bit to the idea that Thanksgiving can be more than just being thankful for the 6 people sitting at your table or around your backyard campfire, or the turkey sandwich or the cranberry sauce in front of you. There's so much more. There is so much more. Life is quite miraculous. Something to be given great thanks for, because among other things, life is part of what helps wake us up. And that's what it's about. So right now we're coming to the part of our service where we have a reminder to share an offering, an opportunity to do that. I'll invite you to decide what you want to do today as far as sharing the things that you're thankful for with this ministry, with Unity of Charlotte. I'm grateful to be able to share here as one of the guest ministers. That's a wonderful gift to me. What part of my Thanksgiving list? You can share. The easiest way to share is by the website. Just grab your phone and click on that. I'll share a screen here in just a second with an address for you. There you go. A couple ways to share your offering today. One is you can send a check to Unity of Charlotte, same address, 401 East Arrowwood Road. Or you can go to unityofcharlotte.org, probably the same place you clicked on to the to the link for this service and make your donation through the website there. It's safe and easy, and you get an immediate reply letting you know that the offering has come through. So I'm going to invite us just to take a moment, having decided what our offering is, feeling it, holding it in our hands if we can. We're going to share our prosperity blessing. Together we say, joyously, I give this gift, knowing the divine presence blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And so it is. Well, I will invite you and encourage you, if you're on Zoom, to stay online. Say hi to a couple people. Unmute yourself. Unclick so people can see you, and we can feel that little sense of connection when we see those happy faces and the squares. I love the squares. And we can experience community in 2020 in a different way. You know, we can really experience it if we set our intent, because obviously it's the hearts and the minds that connect us together. It's not just the bodies. The little pictures are sometimes helpful to remind us. So as we get ready to Zoom and prepare for that, I'm going to have us close with our prayer of protection. And I will flip that up on the screen for us all. Here we go. Together we say, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thanks for clicking in this morning, and look forward to chatting with you.